remember we chatted a bit in Miami at the Super Bowl, and I remember you telling me that you were motivated to make the 53. How did you attack this offseason? How did you train to set yourself up for some of these catches that you're making out there at camp and with the view to make the 53?
To be honest with you, the only thing I did was I just took the advice of all the great vets that we have on the team, from Sammy to Miko and D-Rob, even Chris Jones and Tyrion on the defensive side. I just took everything that they gave me throughout the last season and tried to implement it into this offseason protocol for myself. And I just come out every day and just ready to attack and just get better.
Let's go to Matt Derrick. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Jody, it was just a couple of years ago, really, that you were down at Erie Community College and then going through Division II to getting to the Super Bowl. What kind of experience has just that been, the whirlwind of your life the last few years?
Man, it's been an emotional roller coaster, I'll tell you that. But, I mean, it's definitely been well worth the journey. I wouldn't trade anything I've been through right now to be where I am. Like, I'm definitely grateful for it all. It's been a journey.
Let's go to Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Hey, Jody, I know it's been previously documented that you try to model your game off of Randy Moss, and I was curious why Randy, and what do you see in his game that maybe you've been able to implement into your own?
Randy's just an athletic freak. I feel like he can out-jump anyone. He could just run past anyone. I might not be able to run past everybody, but I feel like any ball that's in the air, I feel like I have a great chance of coming down with it. Randy just did a lot of things different from everybody else. He kind of played his own way. You know what I'm saying? He's just a freak. And I want to be able to implement that into my game.
Let's go to Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Hey, Jody, good to see you, man. With understanding what you learned last year on the team, was there anything that you wanted to try to change in your off-season training before getting to training camp? And then secondly, because of your skill set, because of your ability to leap for the ball, do you feel like Andy Reid has certain plays designed for you based on him knowing who you are over the last 2 years?
First, I feel like Andy Reid is an incredible coach. I feel like he can scheme up plays for anybody. He can make something shake for literally anybody. I feel like he's that great of a coach. I feel like one thing that I wanted to work on as far as like outside of my athletic ability is just trying to learn everything, everybody's position, everything. I'm still learning. Like, I'm real fresh into this game. So yeah, I just trying to learn as much as I can.
Let's go to Sam McDowell. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Jody. To kind of follow up on what Nate said, he mentioned just the fact that you're still learning, but going from D2 to the NFL is obviously a pretty big jump. Do you feel like how much more prepared do you feel like you are for year two based on what you saw even on scout team last year?
I feel more prepared. Just I'm in a system, another year in the same system with the same coaches, getting more detailed into the playbook, into the routes, and then learning how to maneuver with the players around me. So I definitely feel more comfortable, but there's still a lot to be learned, and I'm still working.
Looks like we've got 4 more left to start with Robert and work our way down. Go ahead, Robert.
Hey, Jody. So Tyrann Mathieu tweeted about that moment you guys had at camp yesterday with your one-handed grab. Just kind of talk about that play and then how big of a deal it is to get a guy like Tyrann Mathieu to kind of sing your praises in public like that.
It's really a blessing. A lot of people don't really know this, but in high school, I actually wore number 7 because of Tyrann. He's actually been like the best defensive player I've ever seen, to be honest with you. Tyrann, and he's a great leader on and off the field. And I've every practice or before practice, we're in the locker room. I'm trying to get advice on how to be better. For him to, kind of give me a shout out on Twitter to the world, I don't even know how to describe it. It's extraordinary, and I appreciate you, Tyrann, if you're watching this. But yeah, it's a blessing. I'm just excited.
Let's go to Matt Derrick. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, last year during the draft process, it seemed like there were some teams that were thinking of your body type being more translating to tight end. How much of wanting to play wide receiver and the Chiefs seeing you that way brought you to Kansas City, and do you see why maybe some teams thought you that way?
I could see why people would think I'm a tight end. Sometimes I think I'm a tight end. I'm pretty big. I feel like I'm an athlete. I feel like there's not really anything that I can't do. I feel like I'm gonna be put in a position to win. So I understand, people want to put me in this tight end box or trying to claim me to be a receiver. I'm an athlete. You just put me somewhere, I'm gonna make it shake.
Let's go to Nate Taylor to close us out. Go ahead, Nate.
Jody, one other thing I wanted to ask you was how much the fourth preseason game ultimately made the decision as to for the team to keep you here. Just what do you remember most about that game? Obviously, you played well, and just the idea of not having preseason games this year to kind of show your improvements. Just the confusing nature about both last year and this year.
I feel like the last preseason game, it kind of allowed me to play freely. I made a play on special teams where I caused a forced fumble down on kickoff. I feel like that was a big play to show that I can contribute to the special teams side of the game. I made a play down the sideline. I was able to jump over the defender and make a great catch. I should have kept my balance and made some more happen, but that's neither here or there. But as far as the preseason games not happening this year, it kind of sucks, like we're not able to show the improvement and our gifts, essentially. Like, so we just have to constantly put it out here on the practice field for our coaches to see and go from there.
Jody, we appreciate you joining us today. Thank you, man.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.